Namaskar. As we all are aware, the present lockdown because of the novel coronavirus has put all of us in an unprecedented situation, and the farm animals are no exception. So we are in a situation where every aspect of the livestock production, including the feeding, healthcare, and products marketing, has been impacted. In this scenario, maintaining the adequate supply of quality feed to sustain the animal's health and production is certainly a challenge. In this presentation, we shall be discussing a few alternate feeding management approaches which may come handy for small farmers in both rural and peri-urban setups. So the topic is COVID-19 lockdown feeding the livestock. If we analyze the situation, we could see that the lockdown has interrupted the supply chain. As a result, the availability of all types of feeds, including the feed ingredients, commercially available compounded feed, and even fodders, have been greatly affected. The problem is more in peri-urban dairy and large farms, who, as a matter of fact, rely more on a regular purchase of the feeds from the market on a regular basis. Talking of the animal keepers in the villages, they are also affected because of the closure of local markets and non-availability of feed ingredients and fodders. In this situation, lack of quality feeds affect the productivity and health of the animals, which in turn may lead to economic losses for the farmer. Hence, the issue is, can we overcome these constraints and manage the animals' feeding in any manner to get the best out of the worst? Although there are many alternate options available, we shall be limiting ourselves to two approaches which are considered easier to adopt in the prevailing situations for both rural as well as peri-urban scenario. The first approach is tapping the potential of the vegetable waste. Those of us hailing from rural background could very well remember that the vegetable waste generated in a typical household always finds its way to the animals feeding trough. Talking of the urban areas, stray animals savoring the vegetable wastes dumped around the mandis or vegetable markets are a common sight. Thus, vegetable wastes have always been considered as potential feed resources for livestock. In the present lockdown scenario, the generation of vegetable wastes has increased because of limited market accessibility, staggered sell hours, overstretched or interrupted transportation, and the longer than normal storage period. In the rural areas also, there is an increase in the availability of vegetable wastes as the vegetable growers are facing problems of on-site procurement. We all are witness to the news of farmers dumping their vegetable produce, not to speak of the monetary losses they are incurring. Livestock farmers, both in the urban as well as rural areas, can take advantage of this situation by including these vegetable wastes in the feeding of their animals. In the following few slides, we will discuss some of the seasonal vegetable wastes which could very well be integrated into the feeding regime of various classes of animals. Cabbage waste. The outer leaves of cabbage and the cores can be directly fed to animals as such as fresh cabbage. If available in bulk quantities, cabbage waste can be sun-dried, ground into a mill and stored. This is an easier option considering the bright sunshine these days. The drying process will take fewer days. The stored cabbage meal could then be fed to the animals as per requirements. Alternatively, the waste could be made into silage after wilting and can be used as animal feed. However, silage making needs some expertise and experience. However, this could be done with the help of local extension personnel from the agriculture or veterinary universities, Krishi Vigyan Kendras, and even the state animal husbandry departments. How much cabbage waste can be fed to an animal? Fresh cabbage waste can be fed to goats, sheep, cows, and dry and lactating dairy animals in ad libitum quantities, that is, up to their appetite. Even it can be included in the feeding of poultry at 20 to 30% of their diets when fed fresh. And in the meal form, the level of inclusion could be up to 50%. It is advisable not to feed cabbage waste to the pigs. How much cabbage waste can be fed to an animal? Fresh cabbage waste can be fed to goats, sheep, cows, and dry and lactating dairy animals in ad libitum quantities, that is, up to their appetite. Even it can be included in the feeding of poultry at 20 to 30% of their diets when fed fresh. And in the meal form, the level of inclusion could be up to 50%. It is advisable not to feed cabbage waste to the pigs. How much carrot waste can be fed to an animal? Fresh carrots can be provided up to 20 to 25 kg per day to young bulls and dairy cows. For goats, in the case of non-pregnant ewes, fresh carrots could be included up to 80% of the diet. Cull fresh carrot can be fed at 1.5 kg along with concentrate and roughage. In the absence of concentrates, even 2 to 4 kg of fresh carrot can be fed to a goat per day. For growing cattle and buffaloes, around 35 kg fresh carrot for a 300 kg animal along with available concentrated roughage can be fed. And so far as the lactating cows or buffaloes are concerned, they can be fed up to 25 kg of fresh carrot per day. Culled potatoes. A lot of potato waste is generating during the handling, sorting, transportation and storage. Potatoes can safely make up 30% of ration in case of both small and large ruminants including sheep, goat, cattle and buffaloes. It has been proven by research that feeding of 4.5 to 5 kg potatoes are equivalent to feeding 1 kg barley or corn grains to an animal. The consumption of raw potatoes should be between 2.5 and 4% of the body weight of animal. In other words, 2.5 to 4 kg of raw potato can be fed for each 100 kg body weight. Raw potato can be fed to dairy cows at 10 kg per day. For adult pigs weighing 100 kg or more, 3 to 4 kg raw potato can be fed, but after cooking along with 1 to 1.5 kg of concentrate ration.
Some precautions while feeding cull potatoes. Remove the sprouts before feeding the potatoes to pigs or poultry. Do not feed fungal infested potatoes to any animals. Chop the whole potato before feeding to avoid choking. Most important, potatoes should be introduced for the feeding gradually with increasing amounts over a 2 to 3 weeks period. Sudden feeding of a large amount of potato waste should be avoided.
Cucumber waste is another vegetable waste available these days. Waste cucumber fruits could replace one third of the concentrate in the diet of dairy goat. For a 10 kg goat, an ideal feeding regime should consist of 120 grams of cucumber fruit waste, 100 gram concentrate and 100 gram cereal straw. In addition to cabbage, carrot, potato waste, we can also think of waste from other seasonal vegetables. These could include, for example, culled tomatoes and cauliflower waste. An adult sheep or goat can be fed up to 1.5 kg fresh tomato waste. Fresh cauliflower can be fed to cows, lactating animals, and goats in ad libitum quantities. Whatever may be the source of the vegetable waste,
There are certain precautions that we must take while feeding vegetable waste to a given animal. Look out for spoilage in the waste. Sort out the rotten or spoiled ones and discard. Also, look for the presence of unwanted materials like polythene, discarded cardboard, or packaging materials, and wooden or stone pieces and nails, etc., particularly in case of the collection of the waste from vegetable markets. These may create various health hazards for the animal. Do not feed in case of any doubt of fungal growth. Likewise, do not feed the vegetable waste if there is a foul smell coming out of it. If the material is wet with high moisture, it is better to wilt it under the sun and feed the next day. It is always advisable to chop the material to smaller pieces before feeding. Tree leaves are another important feed resource that could be exploited for inclusion in the feeding regime of the animals at this juncture. Tree leaves are traditionally fed to all classes of farm animals, particularly the small ruminants. A wide variety of multi-purpose tropical trees are typically grown at the farmer's field or in homesteads and common properties in the villages and roadsides. Many of these trees could be used as an alternate feed resource during this lockdown period. The major advantages with tree leaves are their widespread availability on farm, besides ease of accessibility, and more often than not, without any monetary inputs. Nutritionally speaking, tree leaves are considered as good and at the same time cheap sources of protein, energy, and micronutrients like minerals and vitamins. Depending upon the availability, leaves can be harvested either from a single tree or from 2 to 3 different trees and fed accordingly. It can be fed as fresh leaves or after sun drying and grinding, even as a meal. Usually, leaves of tropical trees can be supplemented at 10 to 20% level in the diet of sheep, goat, cows, and dairy animals. Some of the commonly available tree leaves that can be fed to the farm animals include babul, shahjan, toot, pakad, amrud, कटहल, बरगद, gulhad, neem, and teak. Research carried out in our institute as well as in other organizations has shown many other advantages associated with the feeding of tree leaves. Tree leaves are generally considered as a richer source of several minerals than many of the grasses that we normally feed our animals. Thus, the inclusion of tree foliage in ruminants' diet increases the supply of minerals to both the animals and rumen microbes, leading to improved growth and milk yield. Feeding tree leaves exerts a laxative effect on the digestive system, considered good for the overall health of the animal. Many of the tree leaves also help improve the protein quality of the ruminant diets. Inclusion of tree leaves in the diet of animals increases the availability of protein both in quantitative as well as qualitative terms. Presence of condensed tannins in tree leaves also reduce the parasitic load in the intestine and thereby contribute to improved health and production. To conclude, the two feed resources highlighted in this presentation, namely vegetable waste and tree leaves, constitute a part of the feed resources which are being used for feeding the animals at the farmer's household since ages. However, a judicious and strategic use based on the availability, ease of accessibility, and above all, a scientific rationale would not only ensure adequate nutrition for the animals all the time, but more so in difficult periods like the current lockdown due to COVID-19. Thank you.